Welcome to the second part of the lecture on the topic of conducting market research. In the previous lecture, we discussed three distinct methods for conducting market research. Today, I would like to elaborate on two more critical methods and provide a summary of all five. Without further ado, let's begin. Method number 4, observations. Observations are a method of conducting market research that involves observing people's behaviors, actions, and interactions in real-life settings. Observations can be conducted in person or via video recordings, and they are ideal for gaining insights into customer behaviors. To conduct an observation, you need to define your research objectives and identify a specific setting where you can observe people's behaviors. You can use checklists or field notes to document the observations and record any relevant information. After the observation, you need to analyze the data and identify common patterns. Examples of observation questions can be: 1. What products do people interact with the most in this setting? 2. What are the key factors that influence their behaviors? Observations can provide valuable insights into customer behaviors. They allow you to observe customer behaviors in real-life settings and identify patterns and trends. But like any research method, there are some important limitations to keep in mind. First, we have observer bias. Observers may have their own biases or expectations that can influence how they interpret what they see. This can be particularly problematic if observers are not blind to the study's hypotheses, or if the observers are not trained properly. Another limitation is reactivity. Participants may behave differently when they know they are being observed, which can lead to behaviors that do not reflect their typical behavior. This is an issue in both naturalistic and controlled settings. It's also important to keep in mind that observations are often conducted in specific settings, which may not be representative of other settings that may limit the generalizability of the results. Observations can also be time-consuming and require a lot of resources, particularly if a large sample size is being observed. There also may be ethical considerations that need to be addressed, especially if the research involves sensitive or private behaviors. One of the biggest challenges with observations is subjectivity. Observations are often subjective, and different observers may interpret the same behavior differently. This can lead to inter-observer reliability issues. And lastly, observations may not allow for in-depth information about the participants' thoughts or feelings, which can limit the insights that can be gained. Now, don't get me wrong. Observations are still a powerful research tool. They can be used to understand behavior and interactions in a variety of contexts, from classrooms to workplaces to natural settings. But it's important to keep these limitations in mind when designing and interpreting observational data. Method number 5, online analytics. Online analytics is a method of conducting market research that involves analyzing data from online sources, such as websites, social media platforms, or search engines. Online analytics can provide insights into customer behaviors, and they are ideal for monitoring online activities and optimizing digital marketing campaigns. To conduct online analytics, you need to set up tools that track online activities, such as Google Analytics, social media monitoring tools, or keyword research tools. You can use the data to monitor website traffic, track customer behaviors, and analyze social media engagement. Here's an example of some questions you might want to ask yourself to better understand your audience. 1. How many visitors are coming to our website? 2. Which social media platforms are our customers most active on? 3. What are the most popular search terms related to our products? Online analytics can provide valuable insights into customer behaviors. They allow you to track customer activities in real time and optimize your digital marketing strategies. But like all methods we mentioned earlier, it has its limitations. Let's begin by discussing about the issue of limited context. Online analytics may not provide context about users' behavior, which can limit the ability to fully understand the meaning behind the data. So, for example, if we see that a user spends a long time on a certain page, we might not understand why. Another limitation is incomplete data. Online analytics may not capture all relevant data. If a user has disabled cookies or is using ad blockers or other tracking prevention software, it may lead to incomplete or inaccurate data. We should also keep in mind the issue of limited data quality. Online analytics data may be incomplete, inaccurate, or unreliable due to measurement errors, technological issues, or sampling biases. This can be very problematic if we're using the data to make important decisions. Privacy concerns are also an important limitation to consider. The collection of online analytics data may raise privacy concerns, especially if personal information is collected without the user's knowledge or consent. Another important limitation to keep in mind is the limited ability to measure offline behavior. Online analytics are limited to tracking online behavior and may not provide insights into offline behavior, which can be an important limitation depending on the research question. Online analytics may also be limited in their ability to measure more complex behavior or experiences. For example, they may not be able to fully capture subjective experiences or emotions, which can be an important factor in some research questions. Now, online analytics can still be an incredibly valuable research tool, particularly in the age of digital marketing and user experience design. But it's important to keep these limitations in mind when designing and interpreting online analytics data. We're almost done. But before we finish, I'd like to emphasize the importance of market research for any organization that wants to remain competitive. It's a vital tool that helps businesses gather insights into customer behaviors, enabling them to make informed decisions that lead to success. There are various methods of conducting market research, and selecting the appropriate method is crucial for obtaining the desired results. Once the data is collected, analyzing it effectively is key to extracting actionable insights that can optimize your marketing strategies. To ensure the data is valid and reliable, it's important to design the research methods carefully and select an appropriate sample size. Valid data is essential for making informed decisions that can improve business performance. Market research is a continuous process that requires ongoing analysis and interpretation of customer data. Businesses must adapt their strategies regularly to stay relevant and competitive as customer needs and preferences evolve. By regularly conducting market research, businesses can stay ahead of their competitors, anticipate customer needs, and identify new growth opportunities. That would be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the lecture about conducting a market research, and I'm sure you will implement it the right way. Thanks for being here today, and as always, if you have any questions, let us know.